I quickly realized that this is one of my favorite free games ever, along with Dota. I wanted to find a game that I could play in between Borderlands, so I wasn't constantly posting out Borderlands videos or waiting forever to post Borderlands videos and then just not having anything. And then I found out that I really enjoy playing this game, so this is probably going to be an ongoing series. This first one I'm going to play by myself, so I can kind of explain to you guys how these things work and how the game works, because it might be confusing if you haven't played before, but you guys will catch on as the series progresses. This one I'll probably be playing myself, but I do have a few friends that I like to play with, so you might see them come on occasionally. They've been in some of my videos before. But anyway, this is Town of Salem. It's a browser-based game. It's kind of similar to a game called Werewolf or Mafia, if you've ever played either of those. It's a combination of both. But basically, you don't pick a role, but you join a lobby of 15 random people, and you all get random roles, and nobody knows who each other are. But there's three different factions, I suppose. There's the town, there's the mafia, and then there's neutral people. The town is green, mafia is red, and neutral are various other colors, depending on the role. The mafia's job is to kill all the town and everyone else, and the town's job is to lynch every mafia member. But I won't make this introduction too long. I will get into the game, and I'll show you how it works as we play a game for episode 1 of Town of Salem. Let's get started. Very short lobbies. I'll just stick with the mortal snail. Okay, so my role is escort. Apparently I'm a beautiful women skilled in distraction. I've never actually played this role before, but let me get the game in full screen real quick. And the music's actually muted because it's quite loud. But now this is the daytime cycle. The first day is really short, but this is when people are just being silly in the chat. This is when people congregate and discuss who's died and whatnot. Now this is the nighttime, the night cycle. In my role, I've never played this. Oh, you can distract someone each night, which is basically role blocking them, which means you block them from using their abilities. And this is a good way to decide maybe if you decide to escort someone who's in the mafia. That way the mafia doesn't kill somebody. Of course you don't know who the mafia is, but if you happen to escort the mafia, or you escort a person and then the mafia doesn't kill someone that night, and you wake up the next morning and see that nobody's dead due to the mafia, then it'd probably be a good guess that the mafia is the person that you jailed, but there's more than one mafia. And I actually didn't escort anyone because I was too busy explaining that role. Okay, and so now 2 people died. And this is where you figure out who killed who. Well, figure out how they died. He was killed by a member of the mafia. Mafia can kill someone each night. Investigations of sexual matters. My favorite investigations. Murderer likes trains. The last will is something you write. You can write whatever you want in your last will. Here's mine. Actually, never mind. Someone else died. And then it'll just get interrupted, so I'll show you in a second. I'm kind of depriving myself from the game by introducing it to you, but I feel it's important because I had a hard time with the game when I first started playing it, and I feel it's helpful for people to explain it. Anyway, and now this is the discussion time where people talk about what happened over the night and who they suspect. But there are a lot of different strategies to this. Like, you could call someone out, but people might draw suspicion to you instead of that person, because there's just no way that you should at least know who killed who. But now they usually goes off with asking for leads. But anyway, this last will, you can write anything you really want. Sometimes you could write helpful things, or you could just try to be funny, whatever you prefer. And so, okay, now I've deprived myself from the chat, so now I have to catch up. Someone blamed Sheldon Cooper. Then somebody else said they have no leads. This is the voting stage, where they can send someone up to vote, or all the citizens can vote against somebody, and send them off to the lynching, the hangman thing, the gallows, I suppose. Oh, people are voting against me. Why me? Oh, somebody, just one person. Yeah, everybody's just voting for everyone because nobody knows what's going on. I'll vote for nobody. But once the voting ends, it goes into nighttime. So every day you can vote for one person to go up that stand, and they can give their defense. I'll escort. Hold on. Night 1, nobody. This is a good strategy if you are a role. It's good to just list out everything, so in case you die, you can help your team win. Because it's not the role of the game. The aim of the game is not essentially to. The role of the game is not essentially. I said it again. The aim of the game. That's the word I was looking for. It's not essentially so you stay alive. You're the last person alive. The aim of the game is to get your faction to win. So I'm part of the town right now, so I want the town to win. Oh, I died. But I will block somebody. I got coins for it. Oh well. That's the quickest I think I've died, really. I don't usually die this early, but I'll stay in the game to get you an introduction. And because people can leave right away once they die, but I feel like this is a good opportunity for me to explain what goes on as we spectate the rest of this game. Because I did die pretty early. I feel it would be boring to cut the video off here, but it might be boring for you to watch. I don't know, but I'll stick with it for right now. If we play in further games, once people start to understand it better, then I might just quit games when we leave and end videos then, but maybe not. I don't know, it just depends. So anyway, I died, and I really didn't do much as an escort. I didn't role block many people, so I kind of failed at my job. But anyway, so now it'll go to the discussion stage where they discuss who was killed, how they were killed, who people are suspicious of, who people have investigated, and different roles do different things, and you'll learn those over time because I don't think I can explain all the roles to you right now. I still don't know all the roles. I've been playing Classic mainly, which is just all those roles you see on the role list. Those people are the only ones, those roles are the only roles that I've been playing with for as long as I've been playing this game, because you need a certain amount of games to play ranked, and I just haven't felt like playing anything else besides Classic. So until I figure out more roles, I feel like I'm not at liberty to explain them all to you properly. But there is, on the website, Blank Media Games, there's a role list. If you'd like to look for it yourself, I could probably put it in the description. That's actually probably a good idea if I'm trying to draw attention to this game. So I'm not looking at the chat. You guys might be if you want. But I'm just trying to explain. So now, after they discuss, it'll go to the voting stage, and if they have decided on someone to hang, then they'll all vote for him, which looks like they're still undecided. But they'll vote for him, they'll go up there, and they'll give him a brief time called defense, where he gives his defense. He'll explain himself why he doesn't believe why he feels he doesn't deserve to be lynched, and he'll try to convince the rest of the town of his innocence, like you'll see right now. And then it goes to another voting stage where you can vote innocent or guilty, or you can choose to not vote at all, which is a good idea if you aren't sure if he's innocent, but you don't want to vote him guilty. For instances like the Jester, which I can explain later. But okay, so he's probably the Jester. See, the role of the Jester is to get himself lynched, and then he can come back. Once he gets himself lynched, he can kill anyone who voted him guilty. So they might vote him innocent because that's a very obvious Jester thing to do, or he could just be pretending to be the Jester to get out dying, which is another strategy. Oh, but they all voted guilty anyway, so we can see his role. I think he might be I think he's the Jester, personally, but it might turn out different. I don't know. Oh, never mind. No, he was part of the town. That's weird. I don't know why he said that. Oh well, it beats me. I'm still not very good at this game, but I really enjoy it. So I'm just gonna kind of go on spectate, see what's going on. But you just witnessed a usual day. They'll vote against someone, and then they'll decide his innocence or his guilt, and they'll decide whether they want to kill him or keep him alive, in which case they just killed him. It's weird, my frames are dropping really badly right now. I'll have to look back over that. I might have to record another game. There's weird beeping. Oh, and hold up. Make sure my mic's on. Yeah, that'd be bad if I was talking and my mic isn't on. Here's another thing. The medium. His name isn't Medium. The medium is a role who can talk to dead people at night, which I'm not a big fan of the role, but it can be useful if you can get the dead people if you can get whoever's dead in the graveyard to tell you something. But the medium does remain anonymous during the night phase. He can choose to reveal himself during the day if he wants. And we could look over the basic, he was stabbed by the serial killer. Serial killer role is kind of self-explanatory. Wait, this is the graveyard. I don't know if you can see my mouse. I really hope you can, but you probably can't. But you can see my black bars that is highlighting over people in the graveyard. That's where you can see where everyone's dead. It's helpful to look back over rolls to see who has died in case someone tries to claim there's someone they're not. You can see who died and what their role was. And you can also click on them and you can see their last will again in case you didn't get a good enough look at it right here when they die and it shows up initially. The role list is the list of, oh my goodness, it's got the death notes and whatnot in the way. The role list is where you can see all the roles that are currently in the game, so you know what you're working with. There's full screen options. These are all just options up here except for the chat log, which you can go back and read the chat. It's all very helpful, and then you can write your last will. And the little box on the bottom right is all the players that were in the game and who else is still alive. Oh, and they're claiming people, and they're suspecting the town loses. I haven't been paying enough attention to see how yet, but because I've been explaining it. But I mean, I suppose they're in the game, they know what's going on. They probably have a good grip. And there's customization options too, like all these they have pets and customized houses and skins. That's all unlocked by in-game currency, which you do earn by playing random games, or you can buy yourself. So it's got the regular free-to-play model, but it's nothing that'll give you an advantage in a game. It's all purely cosmetic, which is good. Vigilante hasn't died yet, so it could be valid. I haven't really said anything all game, and I probably won't say anything in the dead people's chat because the live people can't see the dead people what they write, and even the medium can't see what they write during the day. They can only do that during the night. So the dead people, they just talk so they can have people to talk to while they're watching, and the live people, obviously that's just chat so they can play the game, because it wouldn't be much of a game if there wasn't chat. They voted her guilty anyway. But I think I've explained just about the basics of the game and all I can without showing you or you having to do a little research on your own, because it would take a long time to, that was a custom death animation, a long time to explain all the roles. I might go through, that'd be kind of fun actually, I might make a separate video to go through a role breakdown of all the rules in the game. It'd be a long time, it'd be time consuming and whatnot, but it'd be pretty fun. But the main reason I wanted to make this video, it might seem kind of random because I've never done it before, and I don't usually do games like this unless they're full releases for Let's Plays or they're 10-minute videos, but this isn't really either. This is just like a free browser-based Let's Play. I mainly wanted to do this, like I said in the beginning of the video, to bridge the gap between Borderlands episodes, so I'm not just not posting anything, because I'd like to post a lot more even though I'm pretty busy. I've got a busy schedule now, and I mean, it just gives me something to do, because I do play this game quite a bit, so I figured why not record it. And Another reason is because, I mean, I I really started getting this game a few weeks ago, and I wanted to, when I wasn't playing it, I wanted to watch it, and so I'd go to watch people, and there wasn't really anyone playing it that I enjoyed watching, like, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Z Royal Viking, and RPG Minx, they were playing the game, but really, I don't really enjoy watching them, it's just my personal preference, and so the only videos I really had were Markiplier's and his people that play it. They only uploaded one video each though, so I'd have to watch those over and over again. So I figured if there weren't really many Town of Salem series, then I'd just make my own, and maybe people would come over to watch it and generate more popularity to the channel. But I also, that's not just my own selfish reasons, but I also just really enjoy the game. So it just makes sense. If you enjoy something, put it on your channel and have fun with it for other people to enjoy, because I mean that's the whole point of YouTube, really, to have fun and enjoy doing it. And I'm just way out of the loop by now, but I might just finish this game out, or I mean I've done enough. I've explained pretty thoroughly, and my frames are dropping, and I feel like the internet might go soon. So then the game just, it gets down to the last roll, and really whoever wins wins. It's very rare that any of the neutral rolls win. It's usually, actually it's not really, because the neutrals can win with certain other factions. Like I think the Jester can win with just about anybody as long as they're alive, maybe, but the serial killer can only win by himself. So it's very rare for the serial killer to win, whereas the Mafia and the Town win more often, and I think the Town wins most often, in my experience anyway. But I think I've said enough about the game. I don't really have any more to say. So this has been Town of Salem. It's really free. Of course it's free. I'm just slurring my words. I haven't made a video in a while. It's a really fun, free to play game with a nice microtransaction system, and many people, if this is your kind of thing, you can end up putting a lot of hours into it, and the Mafia just won anyway. So this is a type of game that you can put a lot of hours into, have some fun with friends, or by yourself, whichever you prefer, and it's just a really great game overall. It's one of the best free games I've ever played, and I really recommend it. So that's all I have to say about Town of Salem. I've been Mr. Salt Games. I'll see you guys next time.